I'm Steve Frank, head of the English department at PETA, and I'm here with Jerry Luftman, director of the MSIS program at Stevens. We're going to talk a little bit about the program. How often do you come to Paris, Jerry?
Well, I could say as often as you invite me, because I'm always delighted to come to Paris, but I'm sure I'm here at least twice a year, and certainly whenever I do come, I always visit mes amis at PETA.
Good. And when did the partnership with PETA begin?
That's a good question. I think it was in the early 90s, even just before I retired from IBM and joined Stevens, so I would guess now we're 18 years. My goodness.
Yeah.
Very successful.
And can you tell us about what you did at IBM?
At IBM, basically, I was a chief information officer. I helped them, my last job, start their management consulting group, and I owned a lot of different products throughout my career at IBM. So I had an interesting perspective of being a practitioner as a CIO, a consultant, and now as an academician at Stevens.
Well, can you tell us, do you have other partnerships similar to the one with PETA in the world?
Internationally, certainly PETA is the university that we have the oldest, longest relationship with, and we're very excited and proud, as I know you are and your management team is. But we have programs throughout the world, including China, India, throughout Latin America, and we're talking to other places in different parts of Europe. But if any of them are as long-standing and successful as PETA, we would be extremely happy to do that.
Well, thank you. Good. And the MSIS, what exactly is that? Can you tell us?
MSIS, Master of Science in Information Systems. It's a 12-course program where students take 5 courses here in PETA, computer science courses, technical courses. And then they come to New York, where they take 7 courses in what we call technology management, specifically information technology management. So we try and balance technical skills and build on the technical skills that they get here at PETA, and give them the skills that are in great demand around the world beyond just the technical skills, which are the management skills, business skills, industry skills, interpersonal skills, presenting, writing, working in teams, project management skills, because we now know that those skills, having an appropriate balance of the technical and business management industry, interpersonal skills, are what's in demand today by IS executives around the world. And if we're going to be successful in competing with countries like India, China, South Africa, Latin America, where they're building technical skills at least as good as you're building here in Paris and we're building in New York. These young people are at least as good as ours from a technical perspective. And if a candidate, a student, an employee is going to compete with this less expensive resource, they've got to be able to differentiate themselves. So what we try to do is give them those skills to really make them more effective, more of a leader, as they learn to grow from just a technical perspective and learn, again, the business management, interpersonal skills that are necessary to differentiate themselves and, more importantly, progress and succeed in their IT career.
And specifically, what kind of career possibilities open up after the MSIS?
That's a good question. It really varies a lot, frankly. It depends on what the student brings with them. Some of our students have some experience, so they take that experience and leverage it in their first job. In pursuing their first job, it depends on where they're most comfortable in working. But basically, most people have to start in the technical area, even though we're building technology management skills. But they have the tools and the experience to take where they start and move up relatively quickly into their management career and hopefully an executive career. In fact, of our 1,000 students, 80% of them are working professionals, and our average student has about 10 years of experience. So they have demonstrated their technical value to the company as they try and move in their career more towards a management career, and we give them the skills to really help them succeed. And I think it's valuable for the PETA students that are coming to Stevens when they take their classes. They're literally working in teams, sitting next to, conversing with people from some of the largest corporations in the world, and it's a great opportunity for these young people to network and to discuss opportunities for internships or full-time jobs as they demonstrate how valuable they are to their classmates.
And I've heard that the program, the MSIS program at Stevens, is ranked among the best in the U.S. Is that right?
Well, if you're asking me, of course I would say that, but we're very proud. We started in the early 90s and we've grown to where we have over 1,000 students. And I venture to say we are the largest, or certainly among the largest graduate programs in the world, and we continue to grow. Now, not just in the United States, but as we discussed earlier, literally around the world. So we're very, very proud of the success that we've had and the brand that we're establishing. We mentioned earlier about my career as a practitioner and a PhD and now as an academician. But the faculty who teach us are very much like me. We have PhDs, they all have PhDs, and they have very, very strong executive leadership experience in the field. So when we teach our classes, it's not just academic things that are necessary, but it's also very real world, very practical things that the students can leverage and apply immediately as they embark on their career. So we really focus on the skills that the professors bring, because we've been there, we've done that, we've earned our gray hair, so to speak. And I think the students appreciate that, and certainly with the relationships we have with the industries in the New York and New Jersey area, I mean, it's clear that the students have a wonderful opportunity to learn and to get excellent jobs in New York or New Jersey.
And specifically for the PETA students, have you noticed any particular qualities in them?
Their French is very good, but clearly, to be serious, besides just their French, they're very diligent, and they're coming, most of them, or very few of them, have any real work experience, and as I said, the average, including the PETA students, is about 10 years of experience. So you have an PETA candidate student with relatively no experience in the same classroom environment as somebody with 10 plus years of real world experience. And I could say very easily that the PETA students, to a person, fare at least as well as the experienced people, and they really are innovative enough to leverage the opportunity to get to learn more from the experienced people as they work in their respective assignments. So we're very happy with the candidates that you're sending us, and certainly in knowing the success that most of them have had, I would say that they'd be delighted to share that same position.
And what about shortcomings? Any shortcomings in the PETA students?
That's a tough question. If I were to say one thing, I would say they need, and I don't blame them, they like to stay together. I mean, I don't blame them, but they ought to be more assertive in being willing to branch out away from their own niche and get more assertive in meeting some of the other students and working with the other students to build their network. But that's a tough question, because I told you this before, in our side conversations, that your kids are terrific, and we're very, very pleased to have them join us.
Well, and I think I've heard that one of the PETA students has become a teacher at Stevens.
Isn't that amazing? Yes, he fared very well. He's teaching in the technical program, in the computer science program at Stevens, and he's doing very nicely. All of the PETA students who have come, who are looking to stay in the United States and pursue careers, every one of them have gotten good jobs and have been very, very successful.
Well, thanks for the information, Jerry.
My pleasure.